Hey everybody, and welcome to Project Premium Harvest. My name is Matt. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the YieldMax Group B distributions for the first week of December. On top of that, I'm going to go over my portfolio and just kind of a little bit of analysis on some of the YieldMax Group B funds. Let's get started. All right, guys, so let's start going through these distributions. So for YMAX, it's a 23-cent distribution, YMAG 27-cent. NVDY, this is the biggest NVDY payment in the last 3 months. It's $1.18. Dips is at 63 cents. Facebook, 37 cents. GDXY, 37 cents. Babo, 72 cents. JPMO, 31 cents. Moderny, 22 cents. And then Palantir, $3.34. That is a pretty big premium. Last 3 months, plty, whatever, plty, has been absolutely up 37%. So we're going to go over that here in a second. All right, so now let's go over my actual portfolio value. You guys know I love showing this off because it shows I'm actually doing this specific project, not some random YouTubers using Snowflake, and then the numbers on there don't make any sense. But anyways, I digress. So my account value is at $109,865. You saw in previous videos that I was hovering around $113,000, $115,000. Well, even though today is declaration day for these Group B funds, YieldMax is already pulling out the distribution for these funds, right? So because I own, 6,000 shares of NVDY, my distribution payment is going to be $7,201.85. So they pulled that $7,000 from the share price, and then I'll get that cash back on Friday. But yeah, that's just kind of a quick note. And then with that $7,000 I'm going to get paid for owning NVDY, this is kind of the game plan here. So I have these 3 funds right now, JEP, JEPQ, xdte. I'm basically going to split that $7,000. I'm going to take $2,000 and pay back some of my HELOC loan. I kind of had a change of heart on my strategy of being very aggressive in paying off the loan. I decided like, hey, why am I paying off this loan? It's not helping me make more money. I'm just going to pay maybe double the minimum payment and then just go from there. But I want to have more capital to make more capital, right? So that made more sense to me. I basically lost sleep the last 2 nights thinking about it. It's like, why am I doing it this way? Instead of paying off debt, I should be investing more money to make more money. It just makes sense. I don't know why I didn't think about it sooner, but I definitely paid off almost $30,000 of the loan of the $80,000. So I still have about $53,000. So I'm kind of cool just doing, double the minimum payment from now on. As like I showed, yes, I can pay it off in a pinch if I need to. But yeah, so with that $7,200, $2,000 going to pay back loans. So then the $5,200 remaining, I'm going to split relatively evenly between JEP, JEPQ, xdte. Maybe I might put in more money into xdte because it is a bigger distribution payer and it's a weekly, and I like that idea. So maybe 1,000 in JEP, 1,000 JEPQ, and then maybe 3,000 in xdte. And if you guys can see right now, for amzp here, I don't actually own these shares, but I have a $20,000 purchase of when it goes below $32.60. I have a limit order so that I'll automatically purchase it. I might buy it sooner, just kind of throwing this out there, because the declaration date for amzp is December 23rd, I believe. And if there's a little bit of a dip of a market anytime between that, I might jump in and, buy these $20,000 of amzp. And then so these JEP, JEPQ, and xdte, and then soon to be amzp, that's going to be my core foundational holdings. And so for me, and so for these holdings, they're just meant to produce a safer income. The NAV is not going to erode. So if you look at all these funds, JEP, JEPQ, xdte, the NAV doesn't erode as much as any of the YieldMax funds. And so that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm here to like park my money. It's a safe distribution. It's not super sexy like YieldMax. Like I'm making $7,000 from a YieldMax distribution. That's kind of pretty cool, But then it's like, now what do we do with that money? If you keep investing back into YieldMax, you might lose some of that money. So I kind of want to distribute some of that funds out into safer investments. And then this is kind of the strategy. But yeah, also, if you notice here, I sold my SPY. Same thing with the paying off the loan. Why am I being so aggressive paying off the loan? Why am I holding growth stocks in a high distribution premium account? I wanted to capture the growth. Guess what? I already have other retirement accounts doing the exact same thing. So I'm like, So I sold my SPY. It was about $6,000 a SPY. And then same kind of story here. I'm going to reinvest into JP, JPQ, and xdte. But as far as my strategy, that's kind of what the game plan is with this next $7,000. Yeah, now let's talk about the funds themselves. All right, so let's first talk about YMAX. Yeah, YMAX here. So what was the distribution again? 23 cents. So let's take a look here. So over the past year, that's not terrible. It's down 6%, and then getting a consistent 23 cents per week. So basically almost 80 to 90 cent distribution per month. That's actually not bad. And then, I mean, you'd probably lose about 2 months of premium before you start making money, but then you have, 10 straight months of making profit. So YMAX, not necessarily, I don't necessarily hate this specific ETF, but usually whenever I look at ETFs in general, I prefer to have zero NAV erosion. That's why I'm a big fan of NVDA. The NAV erosion has been very limited or non-existent, and it's a big premium pair. So definitely looking for that. But now let's take a look at YMAG. So I actually like YMAG a little better because it fits my specific narrative more accurately. Not as much NAV erosion, only down pretty much 2%. And the same kind of story hovers around somewhere between, 17 cents, 25 cents. And then over a month period, you add that up, it's about, like 70 cents to $1 per month of distribution. So that's pretty good. And then, yeah, so basically, 40 cents, you basically lose 1 month of premium to NAV erosion, but then 11 straight months of making money at this kind of rate. That's actually not too bad. I'm definitely having a little bit of a change of heart when it comes to NAV erosion, but my biggest problem with this is the S&P 500 has been on an absolute tear. If you look at SPY, VU, any of the indexes that track the S&P 500, it's up 30, 35%. And then to have something go down like this, it's a little bit sad, but yes, the distribution makes up for it. But let's kind of just talk about some ideas. I'm actually curious to see, so anybody that owns YMAG or YMAX, how are you guys feeling about these funds? Are you liking that it's weekly? How much money did you put in? What is it at right now? Are you content with the premiums? Give me some more information, because I don't know, maybe I might jump into this. I definitely like the idea of a higher premium, and then the NAV erosion is not as bad. So, I like this better than ulty right now, right? Let's be 100% honest. I want ulty to succeed. The prospectus looks like it's doing a lot better, but only time will tell. We're about to come up on a third data point. And then I'm not going to talk about ulty too much in this video. I plan on making a video on Sunday that discusses what I plan on doing with ulty. So, all right, let's go to my beloved NVDA. Look at the past year. Oh, this is what we're looking for. I didn't necessarily buy in at this point, right? December 13th, 2023. However, just, a consistent NAV is solid. I bought in at my cost average is $25.35 a share. So, 16% up, great. Gives you a little buffer. So then when the market kind of takes a downturn, you can kind of, take some punches to the gut and then still be positive while still making your premium. So I'm definitely a big fan of this. Also, one more note. Today, maybe sometime tonight, I might buy about 1,000 shares of NVDA so that I can just buy them, and then before the next distribution or before the Group C funds go through their ex-dividend, I might sell out, cash out that money, whatever the gain is. If there's no gain, I'm probably going to hold on to the shares a little bit longer until I get a gain. But if I can make a profit from holding NVDA from today until the Group C funds, I'm going to sell out before the ex-dividend day, and then I'll buy potentially another YieldMax Group C fund so that I can kind of make a wheel strategy of buying per week. May not be a home run, but it's extra profit coming in, and I don't have to worry about NAV erosion and holding the funds. I just sell them before the ex-dividend hits. That's kind of a strategy I'm articulating so far. I might go into detail more on the video on Sunday, but all right, let's move forward. All right, so looking at Facebook, FBY, Meta, whatever you want to call it, down 2%. What was the distribution again for Meta? 37 cents. Nothing to write home about, but there were some distributions that were 80 cents, $1. So, 2.27%. you know, down, not too bad. And then if you look at the distribution, it's definitely positive, but you know, this is something I don't like to see, kind of like YMAX and YMAG, not ideal. So if I had to grade it either like exceeding, meets the bar, or below, this meets the bar, I would say. But let's look at plty. So plty, I mean, it's pretty much exactly what you're looking for. However, my concern is it's too early to tell. I don't know if whatever the hell's going on in hedge fund land that they're pumping up this specific stock. If you look at how much money they're bringing in versus what the share price is, it just doesn't make sense. But it's hot, you know, it's got momentum, so it could potentially be a play to play off of. But yeah, it's up 37% last 3 months. And then we just saw the distribution numbers like $3.30 something cents. So that's an actual massive premium, and everybody would love to have that kind of premium. But yeah, would I invest in this fund? This definitely exceeds the bar, but it's just, for me, there's too many questions for me to invest. Could I be losing out on potential money? Absolutely. But I just not too familiar with Palantir. I just know for a fact that for how much it's going for right now, I think it's a little overvalued. All right, last one of the Group B funds that I actually care about. Anything I did not mention, I wouldn't even invest. There's like Babo. I looked at it, it was just massacred, and the premium is just, you're desiring something more, I would say. But yeah, let's go. JPMO, not terrible, down 3%. And then they have a consistent distribution yield of, you know, I've been kind of tracking this a little bit, like somewhere between 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents. So like I always say, nothing to write home about, but you know, if you have no other options, actually, I wouldn't even say that. This is below bar. It's trash premium and it's NAV eroding. So I'm not a fan of this. It's below standards. Yeah. So I would just personally would not invest in it, but just wanted to call it out because it is pretty close. And basically you would lose about, you know, 1 month, maybe 2 months of premium payment before you start making money. And then you have 10 months of profit. It is pretty cheap. It's going for, you know, $18.76 a share. So you get, you know, 3 at ease, and that's pretty much an xdte, and you're making more money. But yeah, you do have the NAV erosion. All right, guys. So that was the YieldMax Group B funds. I'm going to separate the YieldMax from the Roundhill videos because I just don't want to keep talking for like a 30-minute video. I rather just cut them into chunks. And then if you're interested in the Roundhill stuff, look at the Roundhill stuff. If you're interested in the YieldMax stuff, look at the YieldMax stuff. And they'll definitely still incorporate like the strategies I'm adopting with some of the money, like how I'm from the NVDA payment, I'm going to start redistributing some of that premium to, you know, xdte, JEPI, JEPQ, and things of that nature. But yeah, guys, appreciate you for watching the video. Hope you guys like, subscribe, leave some comments. I definitely love reading all the comments, either good, bad, recommendations. If you think I'm doing a terrible strategy, I definitely want to know, because I'm a big collaborator. And if you come up with an idea that is better than mine, I will probably do it. But if it's a worse idea, I'm not going to do it. It's just simple. All right, guys, I want to do a quick shout out before I wrap up this video to Oracle ETFs. He is actually the reason why I started this project in the first place. Back in March, April, I stumbled upon his videos where he took his, you know, $150,000 HELOC loan against a property, and then he started throwing his money in this YieldMax funds, making tons of monthly premium. I was like, shit, I want to do the same thing. If he can do it, I can do it. So he's definitely my inspiration. He also gave me a shout out on his channel. Big thank you. Appreciate all the subscribers that came over from his channel to my channel. Hope you guys enjoy the content. But yeah, I wanted to thank you. Thanks, Oracle. While we're at the shout outs, might as well shout out my brother as well, even though Oracle is not really a big fan of his. Yep. So this is my twin brother's channel, the Not Guru Investor. He has a different approach than me when it comes to investing. He's definitely more on the safer side, long-term investor versus me. I'm just going to take on debt, make some fast cash and premiums, and then reinvest it into smarter investments, because I believe the more money you have and the velocity used behind that money is going to get you to your financial goals faster. So, but yeah, definitely a good take if you're interested in a different perspective. Great channel. But yeah, love the collaboration, guys. Enjoy your journeys out there. Have fun. Hope to see you again. Another video coming out soon.